The right stuff. If you're working every weekend and every weekday, but your business is not growing, you're working on the wrong stuff. Put your ego aside and don't let yourself or your money sink into the sunk cost fallacy. Timeline. The reason it's taking so long is that you're in a rush. Big things don't happen on small timelines. This is something I had to write down while preparing this video. Our brains have been so destroyed by needing everything instantly. Business is not like ordering home delivery. It takes time. Good things come to those who wait. Opportunity. That's the tricky thing about opportunity. It looks like a risk at first, and by the time it's risk-free, it's not an opportunity anymore. Zero. Zero revenue, zero subscribers, zero customers, zero fans. Every successful person started with these exact numbers. The only difference between the successful ones and the others is simple. Successful people take action no matter what, while the rest wait for the right moment to start. 104 days. You'd be amazed at how much faster you get to your goals when you don't go backward 104 days per year. Yep, thanks for the reminder, Alex. While you definitely need time to recharge, if you want weekends without work, perhaps you should get a regular job. You need those weekends, especially when starting. How growth looks. He got so lucky. Yeah, well, you haven't seen him struggle for all that time before. Alex describes this well. You don't grow at all, then all at once, and everyone says it was luck. The only wrong answer. Beginners are paralyzed to make a decision. They assume the real world works like school. They assume the real world has only one right answer. In reality, there are many right answers, with only one wrong answer: doing nothing. That's the only certain way to get zero results. No end. Staying focused is like beating addiction. It's not a one-time victory. You have to fight it all day, every day, then wake up and do it again tomorrow. What you can at least do is eliminate as many distractions from your desk as possible. Procrastination. People delay doing things they don't like for longer than it takes to actually do them. This keeps them poorer, longer. Harsh, but true. Hormozi productivity. These are 7 productivity tips Alex owes his entire career to. Sleep until you wake up. Work in a room with no windows. Have a clear idea of what needs to get done from the night before. Double headphones, noise-canceling earplugs with ear protection pads. Turn off all notifications. Work as long as you can until your first meal. Fit all meetings into Mondays. If a meeting can't fit on Monday, it doesn't happen. Desire to improve. Connections, money, looks, intelligence, those are all great, but you can beat someone born with all of the above with one trait: a constant desire to improve. No matter where you start, it is hard to beat someone who improves every second of every day without giving up. From personal experience, it really helps when you go into it knowing that you most likely won't see any results for the first few months, even years. Crickets. Do you hear this? What, Matt? Yeah, exactly that. Nothing. That's what you need to prepare for. Running a business can feel pretty lonely. You will probably lose many friends, perhaps even your partner, and your family might not be the biggest fan either. It's okay. They don't mean it in a bad way. They just don't understand what it really means to run a business. As Hormozi says, if you need people to root for you to win, you've already lost. Listen more. The best salespeople listen twice as much as they talk. This is what Alex and his team found out after analyzing hundreds of sales calls. So make the conversation about the customer, not about you. What are they looking for? Why are these things important to them? As Hormozi says, on a sales call, the customer believes nothing you say. They believe everything they say. So make them say it instead of you. The perfect business. The only people with a perfect business are people who haven't started yet. Be prepared to pivot, change, and especially test. Every test gives you new data that's extremely valuable. Trust me. That's the reason why I'm testing different thumbnails for my videos, to see which one you actually like the most. So if you have any feedback, feel free to share it. Every yes is a no. Yeah, I know this sounds pretty philosophical. Success isn't just about the opportunities you accept, it's equally about the ones you decline. As you grow as an entrepreneur, the distractions also get bigger. Many new opportunities will open up for you, and every yes to one thing is a no to something else, often something more important. You must protect your time and energy. Saying no isn't selfish. Focus on what truly matters and let the rest go. How you win. You can beat 99% of your competition by showing up early, preparing the night before, remembering everyone's name, saying no to opportunities that don't bring value to your life, following up quickly, following up multiple times, delivering value at every interaction, not making the same mistake twice. It's about doing the basics at scale and consistently. How can you expect to get successful when you spend a week preparing the logo, emails, and business cards, but barely spend any time doing the actual business? Make offers. So good, people feel stupid saying no. This is Hormozi's classic. In the end, the best way to win is that simple. Create offers that are absolutely irresistible. Thanks for the advice, but how do I do that? Make the deal so valuable people feel they're losing out by not buying. Add bonuses, guarantees, or extras that multiply the perceived value. If your customer doesn't think this is a steal, your offer isn't good enough. Kiss. I mean, you don't literally need to kiss your customers, though if that's your thing, no judgment. KISS stands for Keep It Simple Stupid. Confused customers don't buy. Hormozi says your offer should be ridiculously easy to understand. Use simple words, skip the jargon, and keep it crystal clear. If a 12-year-old can't get it, it's too complicated. When people instantly understand your offer, they're more likely to trust you, and even more likely to open their wallets. Now, let's see how to make an irresistible offer. 4 key values. Alex breaks down every offer into 4 components. The dream outcome. What is the ideal result your customer wants? Make it as appealing and life-changing as possible. The perceived likelihood of success. How confident do they feel that they'll actually achieve this outcome? Build trust and show examples of past successes. Time delay. How long until they see results? The shorter the time, the more attractive your offer becomes. Effort and sacrifice. How much work will they need to do? The less effort required, the more likely they are to say yes. Basically, your offer is to make them think, why wouldn't I do this? Because if it feels like winning the lottery without buying a ticket, you're on the right track. Competition. Are you getting scared of how crowded your market is? Don't be. Competition means there's demand, and demand means opportunity. Hormozi says markets with no competition are often markets with no customers. Instead of fearing competition, study it. Learn what others are doing well, what works for them, and what gaps they're leaving behind. Use those insights to find your own twist and way of solving the problem. See competition as proof you're in the right place. Don't love your idea. Yeah, I know that feeling very well. Your idea might feel like your baby, but if it's not working, you need to let it go. Be ruthless with ideas. If the market isn't responding, it's not their fault, it's yours. Don't waste time trying to get people to want something they don't. Pivot quickly and move on to something better. Remember, ideas are replaceable. Execution is where the magic happens. Those who adapt eventually succeed, while the stubborn ones sink with their genius ideas. What do you buy? Rich people buy time. Poor people buy stuff. Ambitious people buy skills. Lazy people buy distractions. Just look at the things you have recently bought. What actually helped you become better? And how many things are just keeping you distracted from getting more done and getting closer to your goal? Winner versus victim. Winners define themselves by what they've done. Victims define themselves by what happened to them. You choose. Blame yourself. If you want to make yourself feel better, blame other people. If you want to make yourself get better, blame yourself. I know, it hurts the ego. I also hate it, but it is simply true. Open doors. If you have no money, you should have no shame. So knock on that door, call the number, send that email, DM people, ask them. Life-changing doors don't open themselves. The first time it will be uncomfortable, but with every other cold call or cold email, it'll become easier. So start. Rest. I don't have set days off. I just wait until I sleep poorly, and then I take that day off because I'm not going to accomplish much anyway with poor sleep. I never want to waste a great night's sleep on a rest day. I'm already rested, so I crush work. But what if you have a 9-to-5 job? Then you still have the hours before and after work, weekends, and national holidays to work on your goal. Price. All right, a quick business quiz. Which one is way worse than the other? A. Making a $1,000 offer to someone with a $100 budget. B. Making a $100 offer to someone with a $1,000 budget. The correct answer is B. It is way worse. In option A, you lose $100. In option B, you lose $900. Always have a very high-priced service that you can offer. This will make your main services seem more affordable and help increase their sales. It also allows you to gradually raise the price of your main offer. I know, it is uncomfortable, but not everyone is the right customer for you. Don't push for it too hard. Don't sell the product. People don't care about your product. They care about what it does for them. And Alex has a golden rule for that. Focus on the after picture. What will their life look like once they buy your product or service? If you're selling gym memberships, don't talk about fancy equipment or class schedules. Paint a picture of them with a six-pack, boosted confidence, and heads turning at the beach. The more vividly you sell the dream, the faster they'll buy. 3 things to win. You only need 3 things to win. 1, the courage to start. 2, the brain to learn. And 3, the heart to never quit. Good news, you already have all 3. I'd personally add that having a reason that gives you a strong will to change your situation makes you unstoppable. Now, you just need to put in the hours. Success doesn't care. Here's the truth that no one likes to talk about. Building a business is often pretty boring. The real work is repetitive, monotonous, and long. It's tracking numbers, improving systems, and doing the same tasks over and over until they work. Success doesn't care if you're having fun. It's about showing up every day and getting the work done, even when you don't feel like it. School. If school was like real life, 1, you could divide the work between people better at the subjects. 2, you could add and subtract people as desired or change groups or go solo. And 3, when you fail, you can try again. So, it wouldn't look like school at all. I agree with Alex. School has taught me that failure is bad, and it took me a long time to change that belief. However, I think it will always be stuck somewhere in the back of my mind. Comfortable is uncomfortable. Growth happens in discomfort. If you're not regularly doing things that scare you, you're staying stagnant. You have to keep making bold decisions, taking risks, and having those tough conversations. It's just like when you work out. The pain today equals a stronger muscle tomorrow. DIY. Nobody will do it as good as me. Sure, Matt. I forgot you're an expert on everything. Seriously, if your business can't run without you, you don't have a business. You have a glorified job. You need to learn to delegate, build systems that operate without your constant involvement. Didn't you start with the goal to create something that scales while giving you freedom? If you're the one holding things up, you're limiting the growth of your business and wearing yourself out. Trends. Trends are just distractions. Chasing the latest thing might get you some quick attention, but it won't lead to lasting success. Alex says to focus on the timeless stuff, delivering value, solving problems people have, and building trust. Look at brands that have been around for decades. They didn't chase trends, they mastered the basics. The trendy stuff comes and goes, but core business principles never go out of style. Your opinion doesn't matter. Nobody cares what you think. Your product isn't for you, it's for your customers. Too many entrepreneurs fall in love with their own product and ignore the market. Let data, not ego, guide your decisions. If your customers are buying, you're onto something. If they're not, you need to find out why. Is it the price, usability, or something else? Thinking you know better than the market is a recipe for disaster. Remember, the market always votes with its wallet. Risk reversal. People hate risk. As Alex says, the less risky your offer feels, the more likely people are to buy. That's why you should offer guarantees like a money-back policy or a refund if results don't happen. When you take the risk off their shoulders and put it on yours, it builds trust. The less they feel like they're gambling, the easier it is for them to say yes. Solve objections early. Why wait for customers to bring up doubts when you can handle them up front? Hormozi says it's smart to deal with objections early. For example, if you expect customers to think, "This sounds quite expensive," you can say, "Look, I've had people feel that it's expensive until they realized it saves them 10 hours a week." When you bring up concerns before they do, you build trust, and it makes it easier for them to say yes. Ask the right questions. Instead of convincing people that they need your product, let them come to that conclusion themselves. The way to do this is by asking the right questions that help you understand your customers' needs and desires. For example, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now? What would life look like if you solved that problem? How would solving this issue improve your day-to-day? What's holding you back from making a change? When they answer, they're not just telling you their needs, they're also convincing themselves why they need your product. Problems grow with you. If you grow without fixing your problems, you grow your problems as well. There's just no way you can escape them. It's always better to tackle the problem as soon as it appears, before it outgrows you. To learn business tips from Mark Cuban, watch the video you now see on the screen. My name is Matt, and I thank you for watching.